It's Week 6 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see David Montgomery. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the century mark and adding a score. It's the Lions and the Bucs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. It's been all systems go in this first month. They're off to a 4-0 start.
And it's got folks believing that this is a team that's built to go all the way. You can't win the Super Bowl in September, but they're telling everyone that they're going to be there in the end.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So here are the Buccaneers ready to go on offense with a new man at the helm here for 2023 in his 6th season now in the NFL, Baker Mayfield.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for them to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for them to escape the pocket and run.
And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He'll get that out to the flat to White. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. 3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. First down, here's White. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties and are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
At the Lions' 45-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. This ball complete to Durham. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll go up the middle with White. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. White again. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That is caught down inside the 10, and he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now Mayfield. Throw out right. It's brought in by Otten. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was Rashad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Khalif Raymond now. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now a stoppage here for an injured player, and it's David Montgomery who is struggling a bit. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typically what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch. But nothing doing on that one.
Here's 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of...
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run straight ahead here with White. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's White. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Lions nothing.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. 3rd and goal from the 2, and they're going with a jumbo set offensively. Mayfield off the play fake. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sand.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force them into a field goal attempt.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try from 28 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Raymond now on the return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. David Montgomery and the Lions about set to begin this next series. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Levante David in on the tackle. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly when the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It's taken to the 26. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Mike Evans in the Tampa offense about to set up shop. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him?
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Here's Mayfield. And that one too wide and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 36. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
White running to the left. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Over the middle to Evans. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. And this offense on 3rd down today, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down.
Chase McLaughlin for the Buccaneers field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5.
At the 21-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear. Got to be a psychologist.
And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 52 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
16-yard line.
2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Allen Robinson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he returns this to the 22. Well, Rashad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Mayfield down. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Now left side on the swing pass. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield with it once more. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Mayfield on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary, partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. From the gun, Mayfield. He completes it to Evans. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
2nd and 4 at the 17-yard line.
Mayfield. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And the Bucs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing, Mayfield. In for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans with their second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams, 55 yards. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
Lions 14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now Mayfield. This is caught by Evans. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw taken in by Evans here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
50-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando, there standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On second down, they'll run with White. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Mayfield. And it is caught. And he's going to have a box first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Evans. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll try the right side here with White. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
A first down throw for Mayfield. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
White, he'll try the left side. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Play action now. Here's Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Mayfield now on 2nd down. And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Right side to Williams. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Looking to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
Well, if you like the matchup and that connection works to start the drive, no reason to go away from it. Let that defense prove that they can stop you. And here, it's 2 throws and 2 first downs.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Back to throw here. This is caught by Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. Back to throw again. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They start the drive with White. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 106 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Opting to run again here with White. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
It's 3rd and 1.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Tampa Bay.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And Evans will have a Bucs first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line. Now a give up the middle. This is White. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On a handoff, it's White. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. They work now on 2nd and 9. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 4. Search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now back to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he is going to have the Lions first down. They needed 4, they got 8, and it results in a conversion on 4th down. He'll look to throw. Throws it. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down.
And the Lions, first down.
They'll look to throw here. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Lions get a bit closer.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They stay on the ground with White. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield now from the 50. He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Lions' 46-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They go play action. Mayfield. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 31-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Here now, 2nd and 4.
At the 25-yard line.
Now back to the ground game with White. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders.
Touchdown! Mike Evans. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 24.
Buccaneers 44, Lions 20.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And Detroit getting set to go now. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. It's Williams on the catch. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Lions.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
At the Buccaneers 12-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Khalif Raymond from 19 yards away. And the Lions are able to cut into that deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And they will take a knee here. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into?